Hello students, welcome back. Now we'll be discussing about our next phylum, the phylum Mollusca, that is the second largest phylum just next to the phylum Arthropoda. In this phylum, soft-bodied animals are present and we'll be discussing about its characters. So let's start. The next we are going to discuss about the most diverse phyla just second to the phylum Arthropoda, that is the phylum Mollusca. Phylum Mollusca includes the soft-bodied animals which have shells for protection. So this is the second largest phylum just next to Arthropoda. And the study of this phylum is called as malacology, and the study of the shells of the molluscans is known as conchology. The body is unsegmented and it has variety of shapes, but Neopelina is exceptionally segmented. The body part consists of the head with sense organs, but head is absent in Pelcyphoda and Scaphopoda classes. Dorsal visceral mass in which all the visceral organs are present. There is a ventral foot which is used for locomotion. So the body part includes head with sense organs, dorsal visceral mass and the ventral foot. There is also a thin fleshy fold or an outgrowth of the body wall that covers the whole body. This fold is known as the mantle or the pallium. So this figure shows the basic body plan of the mollusks. Here you can see the visceral mass in which all the major organs like heart, gonads, intestine, stomach are present, and there is a coelom also shown, that is the body cavity. Nephridium serves as the excretory organ. This purple thin line shows the mantle, that is the thin fleshy outgrowth. There is also an anus at the posterior end. This is the foot that helps in locomotion. And in the mouth region, you can see a rasping organ known as the radula. So this is a rasping organ in the mouth region, and it has also a transverse row of teeth. The nervous system of the mollusk comprises of three paired ganglia. The first is the cerebral, which is above the mouth. The second is the pedal, which is present in the foot region. And the third is the visceral, which is present around the visceral organs. The sense organs include the eye, which is present over a stalk called the omatophore. So this is the stalk, and on this stalk two eyes are present as in the gastropods. There is a statocyst or a lithocyst which helps in maintaining the equilibrium in the foot region. So there is eye, statocyst or the lithocyst, and there is osphadia also, which is a chemoreceptor or olfactory receptor, and as well as it helps in testing the chemical or the physical nature of the water. The mantle usually secretes an external slimy shell, and this shell is made up of calcium carbonate and a protein known as conchiolin. So there are two things of which the shell is made up of, calcium carbonate and the protein conchiolin. The shell may be internal as seen in case of the cuttlefish, and it may be reduced or even absent as seen in the octopus. The circulatory system is open, but in Cephalopoda class, the circulatory system is of closed type. The blood has a copper containing pigment known as the hemocyanin. So this is a blue respiratory pigment. The blood is colorless, and in the blood amoebocyte cells are present. The digestive tract is complete, And buccal cavity, it consists of a rasping organ known as the radula, and this radula has a transverse row of teeth also. The anus opens into the mantle cavity, and the digestive gland present in the phylum Mollusca are known as the hepatopancreas. Respiration is usually by gills, that is known as ctenidia, and respiration may also take place by the general body surface also. In dentalium, the respiration is through the mantle, and in pila, it respires by pulmonary sac when present on the land, and it respires by gill when present in the water. The excretory system includes 1 to 2 pair of sac-like kidneys which open into the mantle cavity. So the nephridia are sac-like kidneys, sac-like structure. The kidney of the mollusks are metanephridia. The metanephridia are funnel-like structure in which cilia is present. So these are metanephridia are ciliated funnel-like structure that directly opens into the cavity of the body of the animals. So this nephridia is also known as Caber's organ or organ of Bujanus. The larva is glochidium in case of freshwater mussel, and in case of pila, the larva is known as veliger. So in case of freshwater mussel, the larva is known as glochidium, and in case of pila, the larva is known as veliger. Sexes are usually separate, but snails, they have ovaries and testes both. Fertilization may be external or internal, and cleavage is a spiral, determinate, unequal, and holoblastic. So all of these are present. The development is direct or indirect, that means the larval stage may or may not be present, and the very common larva of the molluscan phylum is the trophophore larva. The examples of mollusca include Neopilina and the pila. In the body plan of these animals, you can see mouth, foot, shell, anus, gills, and mantle. And in the pila, it has 2 body parts. The upper one is known as the spine, and the lower one is known as the body whorl. So there are transverse striae are present on the body whorl of the pila, and this shows the ventral side of pila. The next example is of the chitin. So this is the upper part and this is the lower part, in which you can see the mouth region. There are gills also and mantle. There is a foot region also and anus at the end. The next is that of the unio, and in unio, this is the dorsal side, this is the anterior side, this is the posterior side, and this is the ventral side. And you can also see the left umbo and right umbo on the body of the unio. So students, now you know what kind of animals are soft-bodied animals and what kind of characters are present in these animals. Now in the next part, we'll move on towards our discussion about the phylum Echinodermata. So stay tuned.